Hi guys, thank you for coming to Speedhome RinggitHack Show. So today we are kind of have a very interesting topic. Sorry, I just now forget to mute the other channel. So let me have my opening speech again. Thank you for everyone coming to today's RinggitHack Show. So today, right, we have a very hot topic. I would say that because a lot of people they talk about. I think that this crypto is not something very new, but may I know is that how many of you that really knows that from the really basics that got a very clear knowledge about this what this crypto about. So today we have a very interesting guest, Mr. Ross Stephenson. So he is the community education lead of Luno Malaysia. Some of you maybe you don't know what is Luno. Luno is legal and also they are licensed crypto currency trading platform in Malaysia, recognized by our security commissions. So yeah, so that's why like we are not like simply invite someone then claim to our platform to share about like this such a topic. So don't worry, we're gonna start this RinggitHack show sharp at 8:30. Okay, we will start this RinggitHack show sharp at 8:30. But before that, just let me play a couple of video. So after the video finish, then in the meanwhile, you guys will perhaps you guys will can think about like what is the questions and anything. So yeah, I'll forget to wish everyone. I'm so glad to see everyone here. Happy New Year, everyone. So yeah, we will let me play the video right now. Then after a couple of minutes, then we will start our RinggitHack show. Start at 8:30. Thank you so much.
Hello. Hello, I am landlord. Hi, I am potential renter. And I am Speedhome. Wow, so cool. Editing only ma. Okay, so why should we use Speedhome? Why? Give me reason fast. I very busy. I got meeting with Dato later, you know. Well, let's start with you first. Oh, okay. I'm interested to rent this guy's property. So can I take a look first? Oi. I where got time to go show my 10 properties to everyone. I only want to see one lah. Oh, sorry. Which one out of my 10 properties you want to see? No worries. We can arrange for our home runner to go to any of your 10 properties and take photos and videos and even arrange home viewings for any potential renters like you. Or free. Free. Oh, okay. Then if I like the property, can I rent straight away? Whoa, wait. I need to know his background first, huh? After he no job, cannot pay rent, how? Hey, you think I know money? Don't worry, we will do a complete background check to make sure the tenant is eligible and you get a qualified tenant. I don't mind, check lah. But how is the deposit? Is it 2 months? Yeah, the deposit, this one very important. After he damaged my property and ran away, how? Hey, you think all of us very bad, is it? You own 10 properties, then you know lah. Can you come closer a bit? I want to slap your face. Guys, there is no deposit. Huh? Wait, where can no deposit one? Simple. The tenant only needs to pass our zero deposit eligibility check and the landlord can sign up for the best insurance protection with Speedhome. Not bad no deposit. Wait, what insurance is this? It's Allianz Insurance that protects your right as a landlord. So just 1.5 months rental for the whole year and Speedhome guarantees on-time rental payment, protection against rental loss, plus utility and household coverage. Oh, how much is the total coverage? Up to 42,000 ringgit. Wow, not bad, I can get money back. That means I can relax at home and you count him everything. Count him everything. Sign me up now. Me too. Great. Any other questions? Got free gift? We don't have any free gift. Can I give discount? Yeah, give free voucher lah. No free gift lah. But actually, you can advertise your property with us for free. And our insurance also has 60 days free cancellation. So no harm to try. Can I give free umbrella?
Okay, now I play another video.
Hi, I'm Wei Ming, founder and CEO of Speedhome. I founded Speedhome because of my personal problem. But I think my personal problem, you can relate to it as well. If you're a landlord or you're a tenant. So number one, I started it because of my personal experience to lease out my house. I SMS 50 agents back in 2016 and only 10 replied to me and 2 actually post up the listing for me and eventually got listed up. So from 50 to 2 and to 1, it's a lot of people that I need to contact to. So I was wondering, why isn't there a platform where we can give you the control, empower you to lease out your house yourself, right? And Speedhome, basically, we provide you end-to-end solution. You just need to list your property, and then we help with tenancy agreement signing digitally. We help with rental collection, and more importantly, we have insurance protection. When I started this business, nobody really wanted to fund us. No venture capital wanted to fund us. In fact, there was a VC that told me, don't waste your time Wei-Ming. You should do something else because this business doesn't make sense. But I think because I know the problem that I'm feeling would be felt by many people, so I thought I should continue.
Hi. Thank you everyone for joining today's Speedhome RinggitHack Show. My name is Paul. I'm Speedhome content strategist. So thank you for you guys willing to to give us your time to join and then spread out and then to just allocated this time 8:30 and sit here in front of your laptop or your smartphone, and then we have this today's webinar. So without you guys' support, we won't have this webinar. Thank you so much. Please click a like, okay? Please click a like and then just give a thumbs up for proud of you guys. So thank you so much for coming today. So today's what's our topic, huh? So today we are going to talk about cryptocurrencies. So who is our speakers? So today's we are very honored. We have invited Luno educations Mr. Ross Stephenson. He's a community and education leads in Luno, Malaysia. So before I really ask him come to the stage, so can I just do a very quick quiz with you guys? So if you guys have you guys it's the first time, is this your first time that you join our Speedhome RinggitHack Show? If this is your first time, you type 1. If you join more than one time, just type the numbers that you have joined our show, so I will know who is our new friends and who is our old friends, right? But equally, new friends, old friends, we all welcome. So thank you so much. I saw some friends that already hello. Okay, so maybe I think it's some of them are very active. I suspect some of them they are Ross friends. I suspect they are Ross friends, but it's okay. So everyone, guys, please just give us just let us know. Are you our okay? Thank you, Arvin. Thank you, Victor. Okay, thank you, Damara. Okay, thank you so much for joining today. And also, don't forget later on, after Ross finish his presentations, we will have a quiz and we will give out actually Bitcoin. Okay, today we're gonna give out Bitcoin. Okay, no bullshit. Okay, we're gonna give out Bitcoin. Okay, so please stay until the show end and finish our quiz. We have a quiz. If you finish our show and then you will know how to answer the quiz. So after you finish answer the quiz, we're going to give you a free Bitcoin. Okay. So without further ado, so let me just have a very quick introduction about today's speakers. So today's our speakers is Mr. Ross Stephenson. He's the community and education lead at Luno, Malaysia. So he's passionate about educating people about cryptocurrency and helping them upgrade their finances. So Ross is graduated with a bachelor degree of psychology from Help University and further pursued a master in education for psychology in University Malaya. So Willis is going his educations. Ross also maintained his own personal business of being a professional MC and entertainer. However, with the recent COVID-19 pandemic, Ross had no to pivot the another industry. So after being introduced to interesting world of cryptocurrency, Ross decided to dedicate his time to educating people and helping them to understand crypto better because he believed in is the future. And together with Luno, Ross wants to help people upgrade their finance in his spare time, enjoy hiking and combing his hair to perfection. Yes, his hair is real. Okay, so yeah, so I don't want to waste my time. So let me invite our today's our speakers. One, two, three, jump. Ross, good evening.
Hi! Hello. Good evening, Bunyao. It's so great to be here.
It's our honor to have you in our Ringgit Hack show. So I would say it's such an honor. Yeah. So Ross,
Thank you very much.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will pass the stage to you. So don't worry, I will still behind the stage. Anything you just ping me, I will pop up like a genie. Okay,
All
don't worry.
right. Thank you very much, Bunya. Really appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Ross. Really want to say a very big thank you to Speedhome for inviting me from Luno, Malaysia to present to you guys a little Crypto 101 session. Yeah. I'm sure many of you are probably wondering the biggest question in the room. Is my hair real? Yes, it is real. See, this one cannot come out. It is real. It is just as real as Bitcoin. And that's going to be the topic for today. So if you're having fun, just leave a comment. I can read some of the comments and feel free to ask as many questions as you like throughout the show. At the end of my presentation about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I will be addressing some of your questions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any time. Bunyao, can you help me share my slide screen? Okay, we're going to have some slides today so that I can explain more about crypto to you guys. Okay, so this is the lovely poster that Speedhome has prepared. Now, before we go any further, guys and girls, I want to make this very clear. Anything that I share today is not considered financial advice. Okay, I will be talking about Bitcoin, I will be talking about cryptocurrencies, but that doesn't mean you need to buy or you need to sell. When I'm talking about it, I'm talking about it from an educational perspective. I'm here to teach you guys and educate you. If you need financial advice, please consult a licensed financial planner. All right, so today's story, well, what are we going to do for the agenda? I'm going to share my personal story, and then we're going to talk about the evolution of money. How has money changed over many years? What is Bitcoin? That's a big one. Make sure you pay attention. How does Bitcoin work? As well as, is Bitcoin valuable? That's one of the number one questions that I get from audiences. Hey, Ross, why got Bitcoin got value? Why is it 100,000? Why is it 200,000? Well, we're going to understand a little bit more today. We're also going to cover a little bit on regulations. That's very important. You need to know whether Bitcoin is legal. And I'm going to end today with a quiz and some prizes. So make sure you stay until the end of today's presentation to participate in the quiz. The top 3 will win 50 ringgit worth of Bitcoin. And I also have a bonus prize for all the audience who are watching. But you must stay until the end. All right, so when you guys think about crypto, I want you to think about Luno. That's the company that I'm working for. But before I started my job at Luno, what was I doing? Well, I was using a lot of Facebook and Instagram. And here's an interesting post. It's interesting that today's talk is on the 6th of January. I am talking about a post on the 6th of December. Now, when I made this post on 6th of December 2017, many years ago, I said Bitcoin is going to crash. Look at that. I was a Bitcoin skeptic. I did not believe in Bitcoin. I thought it was a scam fraud no value at all. So I told all my friends on Facebook, hey guys, I think Bitcoin's going to crash. And it did in 2017. And so I felt, I'm so smart. I made the right call. Now, why did I say that? I said it because here you can read, many of the articles I've read online regarding Bitcoin are complex. Until date, I can't fully wrap my head around its concept entirely. So that was my problem. In 2017, nobody in Malaysia was teaching me about Bitcoin. I didn't understand. And because I didn't understand, I felt it had no value and it's going to crash. And well, now, I look back after so many years, right? Today, I'm working in Luno, Malaysia, the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the country. How did I change from someone who thinks Bitcoin has no value and suddenly now I'm working for a crypto company and teaching people about Bitcoin every day? What made me change my mind? Well, hopefully by the end of today's presentation, you will also have an interesting perspective about Bitcoin. So, in order to understand Bitcoin, we need to look at our monetary system, right? The financial system that we have. You see, the existing financial system, it was built for a non-digital age, right? Our banks and all of that, they've been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. And there hasn't been as much development as other areas. And so what's happening is something called disruption. Let me give you a simple example of disruption. How many of you, many years ago, 5-10 years ago, when you want to call a taxi, how do you call a taxi? You have to go and find the number in the phone book, dial the taxi uncle number and call, and then it goes to the agency. Then the agency must call the taxi uncle, the uncle come to your house, right? It's a very slow and long process. But now if you want to call a cab, you just grab Uber. So many apps at the tips of your fingers. So that's an example of disruption. And guess what? We believe that there's a big disruption coming to the financial system, and it comes in the form of cryptocurrencies. But in order to see how this happened, we have to go back into the past. Now, look at this first picture on the left here. Can you see this picture? It's two people, they're exchanging some goods and services, right? So what's that? That's called barter trade. You see, barter is the original system of currency. They didn't have money when people were starting, right? I got fish, you got eggs, let me exchange with you. In fact, my grandmother used to do this. My grandmother, she was in a kampong, she didn't have much money, so she grew her own vegetable. She'd go to the pasar malam and she would exchange her vegetable for chicken eggs or something, right? And it worked. That was the original system of currency. But it's very difficult and very mafan to do barter trade, right? You can't keep chicken and fish in your house for very long. It goes rotten. So later on, people developed a system of currency using metal coins, right? Gold, precious metals like gold, silver, and nickel and all that. And so they minted these coins with the faces of the king, the royalty, with the numbers and all that. And so they used that. But it's very heavy, it's very bulky. And then paper was invented. And so people moved on to paper money. The US dollar, right, was the biggest currency used by every other country. In fact, before 1971, the $1 US dollar was equal to a small amount of gold, right? We call it the gold peg system. But after 1971, there was no more gold system. So the paper money is just paper money. There's no more gold to back it up. But what happened after paper money? Well, we invented credit cards, debit cards. And so we have sort of like, you can call it plastic money. But we even wanted to evolve further, and we developed things like e-wallet apps, right? 5-10 years ago, you never have e-wallet apps. Today, you got hundreds of e-wallet apps. Shopee la, Grab la, Fave la, everything. Got so many apps where you can just easily use through the app to buy and sell stuff. But that's still based on fiat currency, which is like ringgit, Malaysia, US dollars, and stuff like that. Now, let me ask you, what do you think is coming next in the step of evolution when it comes to money? At Luno, we believe it is cryptocurrency. So, that's the biggest question that we're going to answer today. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin was created in the year 2009. It was the first and the most popular cryptocurrency that has ever been created. Today, it is number one on the charts. It has the largest market share of all the cryptocurrencies in the world. Why? What is this Bitcoin? Why is it so special? Right? So let's slowly understand together. Now, I'm sure many of you who are listening, you've probably heard about the word Bitcoin. Maybe you've heard it from friends, maybe you've heard it on the news. Everybody's talking about it in Malaysia and in the rest of the world. But what is it? Well, Bitcoin can be a bit complicated. So I'm going to break it down to 3 simple concepts. That's right, 1, 2, 3, and you can understand Bitcoin. In fact, you can take a screenshot of this and go and share it with your friends after you've learned this. Firstly, we understand that Bitcoin is digital, right? That is easy to understand, right? When you take a picture with your phone, that picture is digital. When you write something on Facebook, on YouTube, that's all digital. Right now, we are using internet, right, to communicate and all that. It's all digital. The screen, the videos, the pictures. So basically, digital when it comes to Bitcoin means that Bitcoin doesn't have a physical component, right? Unlike money, you can hold a 1 ringgit, you can hold a 10 ringgit as a physical component. But Bitcoin is purely digital. There's no physical. Now, before we talk about the second word, let's go to the last word, currency. Now, when Bitcoin was first created, it was intended to be a type of currency, right? Where I have some Bitcoins and you have something I want, I can transfer the Bitcoin to you, you can give the goods and services to me, right? So it's a medium of exchange. So that's pretty easy for us to understand. Digital, it doesn't have any physical component. currency. It can be used for transferring and a medium of exchange. But here's where it becomes very interesting. It's this word, decentralized. Now, that's a big word, decentralized. What does it mean? Now, decentralized is really the heart of all cryptocurrencies. It simply means that there is no central authority controlling it. So let me explain with a simple analogy. Now, there are two pictures here. On the left here, there's a family playing Monopoly. Let's look at that picture first. This is an example of a centralized system. Why do I say that? Now, if you have ever played Monopoly, it's quite a fun game, right? In every Monopoly game, there is one person who needs to be the banker. Let's assume the father here, he's the banker. He controls all the flow of money. If you want to buy a house, if you want to collect rent, get your salary, it must go through the banker. The banker controls everything. That's an example of a centralized system where one person, one group, one company, one entity controls the flow. Now, let's look at the opposite, decentralization. Have you guys seen this film before on Netflix? It's called The Queen's Gambit. It's a really good show. It's about the game of chess. And although chess can sound very boring, but The Queen's Gambit makes it really fun. If you look at this chess game, you see these two chess players. They're watching each other closely and they're writing something down. Can you see this? They've got a paper and a pencil. What are they writing down? If you've ever played competitive chess like me, they're actually writing down each other's moves. Where did the king move? Where does the pawn move? Where are the moves happening? So that the opponent cannot cheat. So even if the wind blows, if the opponent throws the pieces in the air, they have all the recorded moves on paper. And they must make sure that, she's watching him, making sure he doesn't cheat. He is watching her, making sure she doesn't cheat. And both of them are writing down the moves so that if there's any issue, they will be able to have a record to replay all the moves. That's a decentralized system. Notice there is no banker, quote unquote. There is no referee. There is no person who is watching over the game. It's the players who watch each other. Another word for this is called peer-to-peer. And that's the way that Bitcoin works. You see, Bitcoin doesn't have a banker in charge. There is no country, there is no company, there is no bank in charge of it. It's part of everybody's responsibility to make sure that nobody is cheating. I'm watching you, you're watching me. That's how the system works. Now, when we talk about Bitcoin in action, here's a question that I'd like you to think about. How long do international money transfers take? Let's say you're sending money from Malaysia to United States. How long does it usually take? Feel free to answer in the comments. You can put it on YouTube. I believe some of you are watching on Facebook. Hi, you can put the answers on Facebook as well. How long does it take to transfer money internationally from Malaysia to US, Netherlands, wherever, right? So write your answers down. Now, how does it work? Well, when you have two different banks in different sides of the world, it can take some time because the bank in Malaysia needs to contact the bank around the other side of the world, and maybe that bank says, oh, no, I don't accept Malaysian ringgit. You need to go to this bank first. You need to convert into US dollar, then US dollar convert into whatever other currency that you want. So the process can be a bit slow and it can take time. How much time? Well, it usually takes about 2 to 3 days when it has to transfer between multiple central authorities or central banks. It can take some time. Now, what about Bitcoin? Remember, I said Bitcoin can be used. Oh, by the way, before that, let me show you a real life example. I have a PayPal account in the US and I wanted to transfer just 97 ringgit, not much, less than 100 ringgit into my Malaysian account. You can see here, I got an email saying it will take me 2 to 3 business days. Ayo, what if I really needed the money right now? It's my money. It belongs to me. I should be able to access it immediately. But because of the way our traditional finance system works, it takes some time for these transfers to happen. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, the system is very different. Let me show you an example. Let's say Alice over here wants to send 100 Bitcoins to Bob. How does she send it? Remember, there's no bank involved. But notice here, a lot of pictures came up in the middle. What's going on? You see, when Alice wants to make a Bitcoin transaction, the system will broadcast the transaction to the whole Bitcoin network, right? And everybody who is joining the network can see the transaction and process and confirm it. So someone in China is saying, hey guys, Alice is sending Bitcoin to Bob. Someone in the US is saying, hey guys, Alice is sending Bitcoin to Bob. Someone in Malaysia is saying, hey guys, Alice is sending Bitcoin to Bob. And once most of the network have agreed and said, yes, Alice has sent Bitcoin to Bob, the transaction gets confirmed on the network. and cannot be changed. And that's how it works. There's no bank involved. In this case, everybody who is part of the Bitcoin network gets involved together to process the transactions and make sure all the transactions are working properly. Once it has been confirmed, Bob will then receive the Bitcoin from Alice. Now, this transfer can happen anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter whether you're in Malaysia, US, China, Germany, doesn't matter. Anywhere in the world, it can happen, and it's usually done within 60 minutes. Now, that can be faster or shorter, depending on the network, depending on what time, depending on what type of wallet you use, but it usually happens within 60 minutes. Much faster than 2 to 3 days of waiting. Now, there's a very important word that I need to cover whenever I talk about cryptocurrency. It's this word, blockchain. What is the blockchain? See, the blockchain is actually the technology that powers cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency cannot exist on its own. It is built on top of the blockchain. But what is the blockchain? Huh? Well, let me explain. The blockchain, to put it very simply, is a record of all Bitcoin transactions. Remember the chess game I was talking about? Both the players are writing a record down. You see, when they write a record and that record is kept permanent, then nobody can change it. And we know that that is what happened at that point in time. And so the blockchain is like that. It is a record of every transaction that is made. When I use Bitcoin, when other people send me and I buy and sell Bitcoin, every single transaction must be recorded on the blockchain. And what makes it special is that it's immutable and decentralized. Now, I've already explained decentralized a bit earlier, so I won't repeat that. But let me talk about immutable a little bit more. The word immutable simply means that you cannot edit and you cannot change a transaction. Excuse me. So once a Bitcoin transaction has been confirmed, you cannot change it. You cannot edit it. And that's very interesting because we haven't had a system like this in the world before. You see, when banks make mistakes or when there's an error in the numbers, they can always change it, right? They can always edit. Just like using an Excel sheet, I can change this number, I can edit this. But when it comes to Bitcoin, you cannot do that. The system is built in such a way that every transaction cannot be changed, cannot be edited. And the best part is that it is transparent and available for anybody around the world to look at. Yes, that's right. You can look at every Bitcoin transaction from the beginning when it started in 2009 all the way until this second. It's all available for free online. That's the power of the Bitcoin blockchain. Now, people often get confused. Hey, what is blockchain? What is crypto? I'm getting so confused. Let me use a simple analogy that my colleague told me, right? The blockchain is like an engine. It is the technology inside the car. Crypto is like the car. There are many brands of cars, right? There's Ferrari, Mustang, Mercedes, BMW, whatever. Just in the same way, there are hundreds and hundreds of types of cryptocurrencies. So crypto is like the car being built on top of the technology of the engine, internal combustion engine, right? So the blockchain is the technology. Crypto is just what you build on top of it. There are other ways of building on top. There are other applications of the blockchain, such as NFTs, which you may have heard of as well, right? That's another area of development. Now, here's the big question that I want to ask all of you, and feel free to answer in the comments. Yep. The question I have for you today is, why do you think Bitcoin is valuable? See, the price of Bitcoin today, don't know how many thousands and thousands and thousands, but why is it valuable? Many people are talking about it, but does it really have any value? That's the real question that we need to answer today. And I'm going to give you 3 simple ways to understand why Bitcoin is valuable. So here are 3 things I want you to remember. If you forget everything else in my presentation, just remember this. Bitcoin is valuable because firstly, it is very similar to gold. Now, you guys know what is gold, right? Gold bar, emas, right? People often, for hundreds and hundreds of years, like gold because they believe gold is valuable, right? It's shiny, it's metal, right? There's a precious metal. It's very hard to find, right? Gold is scarce. There's a limited supply of gold. Similarly, Bitcoin also has a fixed supply. There will only be 21 million Bitcoins in the world created, right? After 21 million are created, there's no more Bitcoins. So similarly to gold, because it's limited in number, it has a certain value because of that scarcity. Also, gold can be divided. You can make gold coins, gold pieces, and all that in smaller amounts. Same way, Bitcoin can also be divided. It is divisible, right? You don't have to buy one Bitcoin, right? People used to think you must buy one Bitcoin. No, no, no. You can buy 0.0000008 zeros and then one, right? So it can be divided up to 8 decimal places. In fact, in Luno, you can buy Bitcoin for as low as 1 ringgit. No need to spend 1,000, not even 10,000, not even 100. Just 1 ringgit, you can already start investing in Bitcoin through a platform like Luno. So that's one of the reasons why Bitcoin has value. It's very similar to gold, which is why some people refer to Bitcoin as digital gold. Now, a second reason is because it has a certain amount of utility. You can use Bitcoin. It's not just something there that you can look at but cannot do anything with it, right? You can use it. In fact, it works like a payment method, but it's easier, faster, and cheaper. As I showed you in the example previously, you can transfer Bitcoin to anyone in the world. As long as they have a wallet that can accept it, just send it to them. And it's much, much faster and easier than traditional finance in some ways. And because it has utility, it is useful. You can use it for stuff. That's what gives it some value. Last but not the least, Bitcoin is also similar to the internet. You know, many years ago, before the internet, people used to think the internet was a scam, it's not going to work. Today, all of us are relying on the internet every second of our lives to survive, to function effectively and all that. Bitcoin is very similar to the internet. You know why? Because no single person controls the whole internet. In the same way, no single company or person or organization or government controls the whole of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as I said, is decentralized. Everybody can own a piece of it. Everybody can be a part of it. And so that gives it a certain amount of value as well. Now, what do people use Bitcoin for? I've talked about, what is Bitcoin? Why does it have value? So now we understand why it has some value, but how do people use Bitcoin? Different kinds of people use it differently. For example, some people, they need Bitcoin because they want more privacy. Can you see this word privacy? And they want to be anonymous online. So, when you have a Bitcoin address, the Bitcoin address just looks like some numbers and letters. It doesn't actually show your name. It doesn't show your the address where you stay. It doesn't show your bank account. So there's a certain level of anonymity that some people prefer to have when they use Bitcoin. So some people use it for that. Some people on the other spectrum are a bit more greedy. They want to make money, always thinking about how do I buy and sell and make money. Now, some of them make money, but many of them also lose money. So please don't go to that extent unless you know what you're doing. Most people, I would say, including myself, are around the middle area where they buy it as a form of investment. In Malaysia, most people use cryptocurrency as an investment, right? We don't use it as a currency because cryptocurrency is currently not legal tender in Malaysia. Instead, you can use it for investment. You buy and you speculate on the prices, you diversify your portfolio. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about understanding Bitcoin as an asset class. Is Bitcoin worth your time as an investment? I'm sure many of you who are listening today, you probably thought about, should I invest in unit trust or mutual fund or stock market or do I want to buy a house and rent it using Speedhome? Maybe that's a possible investment as well. However, today I'm going to share about Bitcoin as an asset class. Now, many years ago, people were not really interested in Bitcoin, but today, last year especially and this year, people are talking about Bitcoin. Institutional investors are buying in. This is a chart of all the biggest companies in the world that own the most Bitcoin. We've got MicroStrategy, Tesla, Galaxy Digital, Voyager, Square. These are big multi-million-dollar companies who are investing millions of dollars into Bitcoin. Why are they doing this? 10 years ago, they were not doing it, but they're doing it today. Because just like me, in 2017, I didn't understand Bitcoin. I didn't buy it because I thought it was a scam. But today, many people have taken the time and effort to research and understand what cryptocurrency is, what the value of Bitcoin is. And they have decided, based on their research, that it's worth investing in. Now, you don't have to buy Bitcoin. Let me reassure you. That is up to you and your own financial planning decision. What's important is that you always make a decision based on the research you have done. Don't just listen to me. Don't just listen to others. Make sure you do your own research before you invest. Now, an interesting thing to know about Bitcoin as an investment is that it has a low correlation with other assets. Now, let me explain this big word, correlation. What does correlation mean? So the word correlation means relationship, right? So let's say I have two variables and they share a relationship. For example, let's say the amount of sunlight that we have in Malaysia, right? How hot it gets in Malaysia. The hotter it is in Malaysia, the more water people drink. Correct or not, right? Hotter temperature, more water. Hot water, right? So when that happens, there's a relationship between those two variables, right? So that's what we call a correlationship. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, Bitcoin has a low correlationship with other asset classes. What does that mean? That means here, if you look at this example, S&P 500, that's the US stock market, US bonds, Bitcoin, gold, real estate, oil, emerging market. Let's take an example. Let's say oil. Let's say you invest 1,000 ringgit in oil and 1,000 ringgit in Bitcoin. Let's say the market is volatile, fluctuates a lot, and the price of oil crash. What will happen to the price of Bitcoin? Does the price of oil affect Bitcoin? Maybe a little bit, but not that much. So that's what it means. That means if other asset classes, they all crash, Bitcoin won't crash as bad. It will be affected slightly for sure, but it will not follow exactly and crash like that, right? But if oil crash, S&P 500 will probably crash, right? They'll both crash together. But when it has a low correlation, this is good news for investors. You see, when investors invest in assets, it's always advisable to invest in a diversified portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? So those of you who are listening, please don't sell your life savings and put everything in Bitcoin. No. That's not good, right? At the same time, you shouldn't put everything in S&P 500 or everything in oil. Don't do that. It's always good to diversify. And because Bitcoin has a low correlation, so when you put it into your portfolio, if the other assets fluctuate a little bit, Bitcoin will remain a little bit steadier based on the data that we have. Now, crypto is also an emerging asset class. So, Bitcoin is about 3 trillion ringgit market cap. Cryptocurrencies in total is about 9 trillion, Gold is about 44 trillion ringgit in market cap, right? So you see how much bigger it is compared to Bitcoin. And the global stock market, which has been around for hundreds of years, is about 300 trillion ringgit in market cap. So as you can see, as an asset class, cryptocurrencies have much room to grow. They're still very young, right? Bitcoin was only created in 2009. Now it's only 2022, right? It's still like a teenager, right? Other cryptocurrencies have been created even earlier, right? So there's a long way for cryptocurrency to mature as an asset class. And because it's so young, that can result in a lot of volatility. So this is what scares people, right? Suddenly the Bitcoin price going up, and then suddenly today, boom, it drops, and then it goes sideways like this. So we call this volatile, right? Volatility, because it goes up and down a lot. This is to be expected because, like I said, cryptocurrencies is a very small market share, right? Think of it like a small pool of water, right? When you step in a puddle of water, you step in the puddle, the water splash everywhere. But you go and jump in the ocean, the other person at the other side of the water won't know that you jump also because the ocean is so big, right? So the bigger the pool becomes, the less volatile things become. But cryptocurrencies are still in a very small pool stage, which is why small changes in the market can affect the volatility, which is determined by supply and demand, right? So supply and demand determine price. This is important because when people see this graph, wow, red color drop like that, they get very scared. But I always want to remind people, price and value are not the same things, right? Just because the price goes up or goes down doesn't mean the value have changed, right? If I buy an apple in Tesco and I buy an apple in, Pavilion or KLCC, both the apple can have the same value, same vitamin, same mineral, same color. But the apple in Tesco costs 1 ringgit. The apple in Pavilion costs 5 ringgit. Why? Because there's a difference price, supply and demand, right? So always remember that price and value are two separate things. We must always ask ourselves, when we invest in an asset, what is the value of the asset? Why are we investing in it? Now, when you understand crypto, it's like, when you watch the market, it's like riding a roller coaster. How many of you get this feeling, crypto is like a roller coaster, go up, go down, go up, go down. But notice in a roller coaster, some people, when it's going up, they're so excited, and go down, they're having a great time. Other people, when the roller coaster go down, they all get scared. Why? Because some people, they understand the roller coaster is there for the entertainment, right? They got the security features, they got the belt and everything, so they feel safe. They understand what's going on. In the same way, when you invest in crypto and you know what you're doing, you know why you bought an asset, you also won't have to worry. You will enjoy yourself. You'll have a great time. True story, I had a friend, he invested about, 40,000 ringgit in crypto a few months ago. And then the price dropped a bit. Then he sold everything at a loss of 10,000. He panicked. He told me, Ross, it's dropping. I cannot. And then he sold it. Then I told him, why did you sell it? And then after that, when he attended my classes and he's like, oh, Ross, I shouldn't have sold. I didn't understand Bitcoin. He just bought because his friends told him. So I remind you again, as an educator, I'm telling you guys, don't just buy because your friends tell you. Go and understand first and then make your investment. All right, so if you want to learn more, in fact, Luno has a page called luno.com/learn. You can go and check it out. Very simple, easy to understand articles for anybody to understand crypto in more detail. Now, I also need to touch on regulations in Malaysia because many people ask me, hey, Ross, is Bitcoin legal in Malaysia? I see all these Bitcoin miners, they get caught by the police. Don't worry, let me explain. Now, when it comes to regulations and legality in Malaysia, companies like Luno, right, we are licensed in Malaysia to provide cryptocurrency services. Now, because we follow guidelines by firstly Bank Negara Malaysia. So Bank Negara Malaysia has a guideline called the Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Financing of Terrorism, AML, CFT, Digital Currency Sector 6 Act, right? It's very long, very wordy. But basically what it means is that this requires us to make sure that we know the identity of all the people and users of Luno, right? So whenever you sign up at Luno, we will always ask you for a picture of your IC, a selfie, just like many other companies as well, so that we know your identity, right? And that is how we comply with Bank Negara guidelines, right? We want to make sure that we comply with the guidelines in the country that we're operating in. Secondly, we are also licensed under the Securities Commission of Malaysia, right? The Securities Commission have set some guidelines for us to operate safely in Malaysia. They got to make sure that the platform is safe, that we are responsible, that we make sure that we keep your money and your crypto safe, that we have the right security features in place, and they communicate a lot with us. And after 1 year of really, really hard work, Luno managed to get licensed. Why? Because Luno passed all the checks. They said, yes, Luno is allowed to get licensed in Malaysia, which is why Luno is actually the first cryptocurrency wallet that got full approval and full license in Malaysia to operate. Right? It wasn't easy. It was really quite challenging. But the reason why this is good is because when a platform has been licensed by the Securities Commission or licensed by Bank Negara, that means all Malaysians can trust that platform. There are many scammers out there who are there to steal your money. If you are not sure, please go to Bank Negara, please go to Securities Commission and check, are these platforms licensed? Did they get the correct approval or not? And if they did, then you can invest safely. If they didn't, please run away as fast as you can because they're probably there to scam you. And also, you got to be careful when you're online, okay, guys? So wherever you invest your crypto, whether it's in Luno or elsewhere, please make sure you practice good cybersecurity. This is something I remind people, no matter what topic I talk about, cybersecurity is very important. Make sure you use strong passwords. Don't go to all these gambling websites, all these spam websites, very dangerous. Make sure you use something called 2FA, right? Many apps today have 2FA, which is two-factor authentication, right? You can download a Google Authenticator app. And so that way, if someone gets your account, they cannot access because you have the 2FA, right? So please make sure you don't go and simply give your passwords to people. This is how you remain safe online, right? So whenever a scammer comes and asks you, hey, give me your email and password so I can help you. No. Say no, cannot. Make sure you practice good cyber security online. So we've talked so much about Bitcoin. How do you get started? Well, there are 3 ways that you can get Bitcoin. Either you receive it from others. Let's say you sell nasi lemak and you want to receive Bitcoin. You can if you want to. Some people around the world, they do that. We don't do that in Malaysia currently as much because Bitcoin is not considered legal tender. You can also buy it, right? You can buy Bitcoin if you want. You can buy and sell from an exchange like Luno or others. You can also mine it, right? There are people who are cryptocurrency miners. They have all these powerful computers. At Luno, we don't really teach about mining, but we encourage people to try via our exchange to buy it, right? So if you want to do that, 4 simple steps, right? Sign up at a regulated exchange like Luno Malaysia. Verify your identity. You just need to be above the age of 18 and use your IC. Or if you're international, then you can use your passport as well. Deposit money into your wallet, which can be done instantly using our FPX instant transfer. And lastly, you can buy Bitcoin through the exchange very easily. And within a snap of your fingers, you're done. I have tested it before. The fastest I can buy is within less than 2 minutes. I can already deposit money and buy a bit of Bitcoin. All right, so that's what the Luno app looks like. It's really simple, really user-friendly. We want to make it simple and easy and safe for anyone in Malaysia to be able to start investing in cryptocurrency. And we make it super simple. 1 ringgit also, you can start investing. Now, at the end of this whole presentation, guys, I'm going to close with this story that's very personal to me. Why should you care about crypto? I've been talking and talking and talking so much about Bitcoin la, value la. Why should you care? So what? So what about Bitcoin? Well, let me give you an example. Many years ago, when I was a small young boy, my grandmother, she stayed in Malacca. This was the kind of phone she used, right? The dial phone. How many of you remember this phone? Tick, 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 tick. It was very slow, very slow. But that's the phone that my grandmother loved to use. Every day she's using it. This was what she was familiar with. It was the technology of her time. But years and years after that, got smartphone la, got handphone la, but she never used a smartphone. She don't know how. There was one day my mother was going out. She said, "Hey, Amma, can you give me the my handphone?" But instead of the handphone, my grandmother went and brought the aircon remote, and she gave my mother, thinking that was the handphone. And I laughed. My mother laughed. She said, "Ross, go and take the handphone. Grandma doesn't know." And I laughed at that moment. But then when I look back now, I'm like a little bit sad because my grandmother, she never progressed with the technology of her time. She was left behind. All she knew was how to use this phone. Although everybody else around her used the smartphone la, handphone la, video call la, but she never got that opportunity because she didn't keep up with the evolution of technology at her time. Those days, we used to use CDs like this, right, to save our music, 19, 20 songs maximum. Now we have evolved, millions of songs on Spotify, digital. Those days, you want to go and watch a movie in the cinema, I have to go and book the ticket la, buy popcorn and all, watch movie. Nowadays, we have Netflix, right? We can watch movies from our phone, in our TV, all digital now. Change already. Those days, you want to get the news, you must wait for the newspaper in the morning, read the news, very big paper. Nowadays, at the tips of your fingers, you can get the news from any corner of the world. Everything has become digital. Now, those days, your stock market, your gold, your currency investments, all of these traditional forms of investment. Nowadays, I want to ask you, are you ready to upgrade your finance to the next level? You have seen everything from entertainment to music to news to movies. Everything has changed and become more and more digital and been disrupted over the years. At Luno, we feel like this is the next step. Cryptocurrencies, Bitcoins, this is where we are headed to. So my question to you is, are you ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's presentation. I shared with you my personal story from how I changed from a skeptic into a Bitcoin educator, the evolution of money, about how money has changed all the way from the barter trade system. Now we have cryptocurrencies. What is Bitcoin? Remember the 3 points: digital, decentralized, currency. How does Bitcoin work? It is transferred across the network and everybody needs to confirm, and then it gets saved onto the network. Is Bitcoin valuable? Yes. 3 ways that you can think about Bitcoin's value. Similar to gold, like digital gold, it is used as a currency system and payments. You can even think about Bitcoin as the internet because it is decentralized and no single person can control it. Regulations in Malaysia, yes, Bitcoin is legal. You can invest in it from a regulated platform such as Luno. And don't forget, the Luno app is really easy to use. From as low as RM1, you can get started. All right, I think it's going to be a time of Q&A. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the mic back to Bunyao, and he's going to take over for a little bit. And then we'll come back for a time of Q&A. And last but not the least, don't forget, we've also got a quiz. So don't go anywhere.
Yes, guys, don't worry. This show haven't ended yet. So we still have a Q&A sections and also a quiz session. Then Ross will be super generous and give out Bitcoin. So don't worry, please stay with us. So I just need to take a 5 to 8 minutes. So Ross, I will just remove you for a bit. So guys, thank you for joining today's show. I'm sure you guys is really learning a lot of things, not something, a lot of the knowledge from Ross, right? Ross uses such a very fun, hype, and also such an easy way to understand how this crypto works. But don't worry, I will just take a 5 to 8 minutes, just explain to you about how Speedhome work. Because this is our company's so just give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna just take a 5 to 6 minutes to just explain how Speedhome work. Okay, don't worry. So guys, may I know, right, how many of you heard about Speedhome before? If you never heard about Speedhome before, you can just type 1. If you already our Speedhome users or you know about us, just type 2. So in the meanwhile, while you guys typing, right, just let me have a very quick introductions about our company. So actually, right, Speedhome, we are the safest end-to-end rental platform. If you are a renter or a landlord, you need to find a house, Speedhome is your choice. Okay, so we help the landlord to upload. The landlord can just upload their listing via our website or app for free. So if your house is in certain area in Klang Valley, we will assign a home runners, a runners for you to help you to show the house to the potential tenants. And in the meanwhile, we will do a background checks for the tenants to make sure they are the good payment master. And also we will have a digital signing process, okay, everything online. So after we complete the signing, the tenant paid, move in, then we will only like to charge the landlords for we will only ask the landlords to buy an insurance. So the insurance is powered by Allianz. So Allianz is our insurance partners since 2018 till now. And also we will help the landlord to do a free rental collections. So you don't need to track your own rental by using a spreadsheet or even a 555 notebook to track how much which tenants pay you and which tenants haven't. So we will help you to track. You can just check all these kind of the transaction details online, and we will do these rental collections for free. So this is Speedhome, a rental platform that link the tenants and the landlords together. So who is this Speedhome? Who is behind this Speedhome? Actually, the Otak. Maybe some of you see his billboard alongside with the LDP or the North South Highway. Yeah, you will see that a lot of our billboard before. So our company, our CEO Wong Wei Ming, he started this company since 2015, and we rebrand. We used to call ourselves Speed Rent, and we rebrand in 2019, call ourselves Speed Home. So our currently is that we have 550,000 app download. I think in this month maybe it's already above 600,000 or more than that. And our monthly traffic actually now is at more than 220. And our property listing and also the tenant inquiry also have a quite big numbers, I would say, as a platform that's only have 3 to 4 years. So if you search Speedhome in any kind of the mainstream media, you search Speedhome Star, Speedhome, Sina Harriet, and then you will saw basically all these medias already cover our news. So we have a lot of alongside we have a difference of investors. Actually, we have raised 70 millions over the past 5 years. So we have a lot of the well-known investors that support us. Find the startup, IJM, Pitch Inc, crowdfunding, MDV, Cradle, Gobi Partners, and Allianz. It also our partners and also our investors. So this is a photo and about when we do our relaunching. The former housing and the local government minister Wabi Zuraida is our guest, and also IJM former CEO, Allianz former CEO, they are also our guests. So what is the so different than other platforms compared to the other platform of Speedhome? The first one is that we provide a better quality tenants because we do the background check. Then secondly, we have a direct communications and we offer zero deposit to the tenants, and the landlord in the meanwhile they have insurance protections if anything happens. So if you have a house, you haven't get a tenant yet, then this zero deposit is going to help you to rent out your house very fast. So and we offer viewing management and also rental collections. So when I talk about zero deposit, I think a lot of the landlord they are a bit triggered. Wow, you crazy or not? Offer zero deposit. What if the tenant don't pay and damage my house? How? Are you gonna pay? Who gonna pay? The insurance gonna pay. So if you rent with Speedhome, right, our insurance gonna protect your loss. And in the meanwhile, your property will be the first choice of the tenant and will rent out so much faster, and the protections that the insurance offer is higher than the traditional deposit. So this is our home runner service. After you list your property, and then our home runner will give you a call, and then we collect a key from you. And then if there are any potential tenants they want to view the house, we will show the house to them. So our tenant background check, we'll check their IC, employment letter, bank statement, credit scoring, and also we are using the company that we are using to check their background is Experian. So the digital tenancy agreement, everything we already prepared, and we sign like about thousands and more than thousands of tenancy in a year. So free rental collections. So just give me another 2 minutes. I'm gonna just very quickly explain how this insurance works. So when a tenant move in, right, we will ask the landlord to use like one month to 1.5 months. It depends which package you want to purchase the insurance. If the tenant run away, you will get protected by the loss of rental. Inconvenience benefit means that the utilities that they don't pay or the minor damage that they make in your house, and also the accidental damage or the theft coverage. So this is all. So the insurance package coverage is from 24K to 42K. So compared to the traditional deposits, is it that is higher the protection. So just you can do the calculation by your own. So okay, almost the end. So I have two things I want to introduce to you guys today. The first one is our landlord community. In Speedhome right now, we build a landlord communities. You can just join, or you can just type Association of Landlord Malaysia, and you can just join our community. It's for free, and we don't post that much of advertising stuff in this group. Mostly it's just like the landlord, if they have any kind of questions about the rental, the tenancy, or any kind of things that are happening in their house, so they can just find someone to consult. So we have a lot of kind of very professional people in this group have joined. So in the meanwhile, we also have a Telegram channel. If you don't want to miss our activities such as Luno's one-on-one cryptocurrency, such an interesting topic, this is a Telegram channel that you also shouldn't miss. So later, my colleague will put this kind of will put our landlord association and also our Telegram channel link in our comment sessions. Okay. So last but not least, so right now Speedhome actually we are having our property management with a very low prices. So if you are interested, if you have a house, it's not rented by Speedhome, but you already have a tenant and you just want to find someone to help you to collect the rental, please just go to our Speedhome website and try to find this. You can onboard yourself on our Speedhome 2.0, so you can just sign up. Yeah, everything is free right now. You can just sign up and we will just only charge you a very if you find a tenant, upload a listing is free. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you so much. So I'm going to invite today our speakers. Ross. Okay, so I'm going to invite Ross. So Ross.
Hi everybody.
Okay.
Hello.
I think everyone is very excited. You guess how many questions that we are already collected?
I'm sure a lot of questions. People are always.
I have 12 questions. Okay.
12 questions. Okay, fantastic.
Yes, just let me read aloud. Okay. So the first question is asking how does the mining works and how people exchange the Bitcoin from mining?
Excellent question. Okay, so Bitcoin mining works this way. You see, remember I said, guys, Bitcoin is not controlled by a bank, it's not controlled by a single government or entity. Everybody can join the network together, which means that everybody in the network needs to work to process transactions. The reason why they call it mining is because last time, like gold, imagine I got gold in my hand, you need a hammer, and then I don't have hammer, I use my comb, you hammer, and then you get the gold, right? You have to work hard in order to get the reward. In the same way, when computers are processing the transactions on the Bitcoin network, they are working to process the transaction. After they process, they get rewarded in the Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin is like the payment to these miners, right, who are processing transaction. You're basically paying someone, you're saying, hey, process my transaction. They get the Bitcoin reward, and then they can go and sell the Bitcoin on the open market in an exchange. They can go and send it to friends, however they want to sell it. Yeah, so that's how it works.
No worry. So I think that this pretty much answered the question. The second question is is that the same with other okay? So I'm gonna skip this because just now is in the context of the currency exchange. So the third question is about what happened when we input the wrong address in the coin, lost forever. Very
Good
hard.
question. So remember I said earlier that the blockchain is immutable, right? That's an important word. Immutable means cannot change, cannot edit, and that also means cannot reverse transactions. So in the normal traditional finance, if you make a mistake, sometimes you can contact the bank, reverse the transaction if everything works out well. But in Bitcoin, you are the one who has to be in control. If you put the wrong address and you send it, it's your fault because you are responsible for your cryptocurrency. And so when that happens, yes, the answer is the crypto is indeed lost forever. Now, there are some exceptional cases where sometimes you may be able to recover it depending on the network that you use, depending on where you have sent it to, but that is a bit more technical and complicated. In general, the rule of thumb is always double check your address that you are sending to so that you don't make a mistake. Most people, they just copy and paste. What if you copy paste and then accidentally press the backspace button, but you didn't notice? Habis. One letter gone of the address, your money is lost forever. So please be careful.
So need to be super cautious on when you type. Okay, so how the transfer of the crypto from Luno to other platforms and vice versa?
Okay, the transfer is very straightforward. What you have to do is you open your app in Luno and then you will see the options available, right? So let me try. I don't know whether I can show you the app on my phone. I'll try and open it on my phone just to briefly show you guys. It might not be able. Okay, I'll see whether I can show or not. So if you can see here, it's too bright. Can see here. It's a bit
Like
bright.
this.
Let me
You
let
do
me
it.
lower my brightness. Maybe if I do
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Okay, can?
Ah,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
easy, right?
finally.
Yeah, so there's some options there. There's buy, sell,
Mm,
send, receive. So if you want to
mm,
transfer to other people, you click send, and then you
mm.
paste their Bitcoin address there. Now, if you're using a Luno wallet, it's actually free to transfer Bitcoin between your friends in Luno, right? So if
Mm.
I put your Luno email or your phone number and I'm sending you Bitcoin, it's completely free. But if you're sending to another Bitcoin address outside of Luno, there will be a small charge that's there, right? So when you want
I
to send
see.
or receive, it's very easy. The options are all there above, very easy to understand.
Noted, noted. So next questions. So I like this kind of space very fast. Okay, so enable transfer on Luno, put the wallet. Okay, this one is already answered. Okay, so why Bitcoin crashed, sir?
Good question. Good question. Let me phrase it a different way with an example. You know, when you go shopping and you go, let's say
Yes.
you go to Uniqlo and you buy t-shirt, and then one day you walk into Uniqlo and it says 70% discount, right? Do you go and say, oh my God, Uniqlo 70%, the price drop. Wow, everybody take out your clothes, sell your clothes. Uniqlo is crashing. You don't say that, right? What do people say? Hey, Uniqlo got discount lah. Hey, faster, faster, everybody. Uniqlo 70% discount, come and buy. But
Mm,
when people look at the Bitcoin price, then they see the
mm,
price drop 20, 30%. Oh,
mm,
Bitcoin is crashing. But to a long-term investor such as myself, when I
mm,
look at that, I say, hey, Bitcoin is on discount. So
mm,
it's a different mentality. And the
mm,
reason why is because of the way that as I said from my slides earlier, it's important to understand the value of what you're investing in, right? If sometimes when people look at house prices, Speedhome deals in houses and everything, right? When the house
mm.
price drop, my friends are waiting to buy only because for them is
Correct,
discount, right or not? They're
correct,
excited
correct.
when the prices of the house drop. Of course, in some cases, the price crash due to other, let's say there's an earthquake or a landslide, that one destroy the house. That's a different matter entirely. Now,
Mm,
when it comes to Bitcoin, remember I said earlier, Bitcoin is still a very small pool, right? You step your foot in a puddle of water, the water splash everywhere, right? So it's very volatile. When
mm.
Elon Musk send a tweet, suddenly the market move, right? When
Baji,
when
baji.
when when when, when you know China is having a debt crisis, the real estate debt crisis, everybody read the news. Oh, bad news, bad news, bad news. Market drop, right? When there's talk of recession and all these rumors,
Correct,
market can fluctuate a lot. So
correct,
news oftentimes drives market sentiment. But always ask yourself: don't look at the price, don't look at the news. Ask yourself: has
the
the
value.
value of the object that you have invested in, has it changed or not? And if it hasn't changed, then your investment method should remain consistent as well. That's what I would personally say. However, I always have to give disclaimer.
Correct.
This is not financial advice. Please go do your own research, right? I have invested in Bitcoin personally. That's my disclaimer. But I know
Mm,
many friends who don't. They are not
mm,
comfortable. And it's okay.
mm,
That's fine.
mm.
If you're not ready, you can do it when you are ready.
Okay, so this is another very great question. Who decide who gets the 21 million of? I mean, that the limit lah. The Bitcoin limit is 21 million. Who decide
Yep.
these numbers?
Excellent question. So think of Bitcoin, the network is running on a program, right? Someone named Satoshi Nakamoto. That's not his real name. It's a pseudonym, right? We don't know his real identity. He
Mm,
wrote the Bitcoin program, right? He wrote it, he created it. So now the thing is, in his program, he had already programmed it that after 21 million, it will stop, right? So it's written in the program itself. It is coded into the program. It's the same way, the way that you have a phone with certain apps and programs, right? Your camera app can take picture, can take video. It cannot do, much other than that. It can maybe take a QR scan, right? But your camera app cannot tell you your heart rate, right? For that one, you need a fitness band. Right, so the same way that your apps are programmed to do certain things, the Bitcoin network has been programmed to stop producing Bitcoins after 21 million. So whoever the miners are at the time who are mining Bitcoin, they are the ones who are getting these rewards. And then
yep,
one of those miners is going to get the 21 millionth Bitcoin. And after that, no more Bitcoin will be produced.
yep. Okay, so the next question is, okay, this one is very personal. What is the Luno management fee?
Okay,
Transaction fee,
in
I think. So.
transaction fees, right? We don't call it management fee, we call it
Yeah,
transaction fee.
transaction fee.
So
Yeah.
Luno has several tiers of transaction fees, right? If you use the instant buy and sell for convenience, for DCA and stuff like for dollar cost averaging to make it easier to buy monthly, weekly, and so on, that fee for the instant buy and sell is 2%, right? So whatever amount you put, we will charge a 2% fee when you buy or when you sell. Now, let's say if you want to make it cheaper, you can go to the exchange. So in Luno, we have the instant buy and then we have the exchange. On the exchange, for a regular user, you can use the market buy, which means you buy at the best price at the market price, and it will only cost you 0.5%. In fact, you can even make it lower to 0.25 if you use something called stop limit. Now, stop limit is a bit too technical. I can't explain it just over the video call. But stop limit there, you can read about it online. That's when you can reduce the fees even further. In fact, for many Luno users, if you have large volume of transactions, you can even trade for free, 0% fee. That's
Seriously?
right. Yes, I am serious. But you must go onto our Luno page and go and find out our transaction fees. Look at the table and see at what level of transaction volume. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was 400,000 ringgit per month. Buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. Once you reach that amount, you can trade for free, but you must use the correct trading on the exchange. Personally, I'm not a trader. I prefer invest for the long time. But if you want to reduce your fees, please go to the exchange and go and check it out. And you can find the Luno transaction fees easily available. Just Google it online and you can find the whole list of fees there.
I see. No problem. So the next question also about Luno. So our user is asking, will Luno will be adding more tokens such as ADA, MATIC, SOL, and even ABAX?
This is a very, very popular question that I get. So everybody in the whole crypto community always asking, Luno, when is the new tokens coming in? So I can say that this year, Luno is going to be proposing for several new tokens. I can't say how many, I won't say what they are. So that's still a bit of a secret. We'll keep it exciting. However, I want to remind the audience who's listening, when Luno lists a token, we don't just list like that. Right? We are a regulated and licensed entity, which means we work together with our regulators. Ya, kita bekerja sama. We don't work alone. We're not isolated. So we have to go to our regulators. We have to open conversations with them, talk to them and say, we've got this token, the Malaysians are asking for, we got this token. It's, what are the qualities of this token? And through that conversation, the SC, which is the Securities Commission of Malaysia, they will decide, what are the tokens that we can put on our platform. And so hopefully we can look forward to more tokens this year. Again, that news will come out when it's ready. I will definitely be announcing it and everybody will know about it. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So the next question is, Ross, it's like, could you share your thoughts on cryptocurrency hardware wallet? Wow, this one also very good.
Good question. So what is a hardware wallet? For those of you who are listening and you hear this word hardware wallet, sometimes it's called a cold wallet. I actually have one here for an example. So this is a hardware wallet. Can you guys see that? It's called, it's a ledger. Let me open it. Yeah, so this is a hardware wallet.
USB,
you connect. It's like exactly, you're very right. It's like a USB. It's like a USB pen drive. So a hardware wallet is a wallet that keeps your currencies quote unquote offline. Not exactly, because all cryptocurrencies are actually stored on the blockchain online. But you access them, the private keys are stored here. What is the private key? You see, to open a wallet in cryptocurrency, you need two things, a public key, a private key. Think of it like your bank account and your ATM PIN number. Without your PIN number, you cannot take out the money, right? So that's your private key, right? So this one is kind of like keeping your ATM PIN number offline. When something is offline, people cannot hack it as easily. Correct or not? But when your wallet is fully online, then it's always online, it's always vulnerable. You must make sure you practice good security practices to keep it safe. So some people, they want to remain in 100% control of their crypto, so they invest in a hardware wallet. However, there are risks. The main risk is that if you forget your passphrase or your password or whatever, nobody can reset for you. You see, in Luno, many users, sometimes they forget their email, forget their password. They just contact our customer service and we can reset for them. But if you lose your passphrase for this, habis, your crypto is gone forever. You cannot get it back. So please be careful. If you use a hardware wallet, yes, you are in full control and that's a good thing, but it comes with the risk that you must take full responsibility as well.
Okay, so the last two questions there's this one user that asking that he have BNB Binance Coin I think. I just have Google. I'm not sure BNB is Binance Coin. It's like if the token pocket wallet, how to change to a flat currency in Luno? Is it Luno have Binance accept Binance Coin?
Okay, so good question. Luno does not support the Binance coin, right? So BNB is called Binance coin. It's available in Binance. Now, I should also say Binance has been officially banned by the Securities Commission of Malaysia. They don't offer their services to Malaysians. So please be careful. If you want to use those platforms, it is your personal risk you are taking. Now, when it comes to those things, I cannot share from a Luno perspective, where they want to convert the currency and all that. I can only tell you that you must be careful when you use those types of platforms. However, I can say this. There are currencies in Luno that we support, for cryptocurrencies that we support. For example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, and Bitcoin Cash, right? These are the 5 that we support. If you convert your crypto to any of these 5 and then you send it to Luno, no issue. No issue whatsoever. Just send it to Luno, and then you can sell it and then cash it out into your bank account directly. So because Luno is regulated, you can deposit and cash out straight to your bank account, but it must be your own account under your own name.
And also, I just want to make a reminder as I talked to, that is also a taxes, right? If we have a taking profit or something, that's
So taxes is a bit different. Now, I'm not a tax advisor, but based
Correct.
on our knowledge, this is what I can say. If
Yes.
you invest in crypto for capital gains for the long term, 10 years, 5 years down the road, that one there's no tax. Right now in Malaysia, there's no capital gain. But if you are a trader, you buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell actively, that profit can be taxed. So just be aware of that.
True. So this is same as the stock trading or any kind of the investment in Malaysia.
If you're a full-time trader, you have to pay tax.
Yep. Okay, so this is the last question. I think that this is short questions, but maybe need a long answer. Gas fee. Please explain what is gas fee. This is
gas fee.
NFT.
Fantastic. So whether it's NFTs or transaction, let me put it this way. Because crypto is decentralized, someone has to process your transaction for you. I use Maybank, for example. When I transfer Maybank money to Mbank or CIMB, whatever, Maybank and Mbank, they are the ones processing it for me, right? They don't charge me a fee, they process it for me. But because crypto, there's no bank involved, I need to pay someone to process the transaction. Those are the miners. That fee that I pay is called the gas fee. Now, a simple way to understand it is like this, right? When you are driving your car in Klang Valley, right? You got the federal highway, right? In the early morning, like 6 a.m., there's no car. Very easy. You just drive. Then suddenly 8 a.m., 9 a.m., boom, jam. And you're using so much petrol to go through the jam. It takes 1 hour. You spend more gas. You spend more fee, right, to get through the jam because it's very congested, right? So gas fee is that kind of fee. When the network is not so congested, the flow of crypto is very fast, transactions are processed very quickly, the fee is very small. But when everybody is using the network at the same time, you are using US, using Malaysia, using Germany, all using, then the transactions are a lot slower and cost a lot more money. So those are gas fees. They're basically the fees that you pay.
Toll, can you just think of that as a toll or something?
Think of it like a toll that you are paying to someone to process a transaction for you. That's it.
Okay. So I think it's like 17 questions that you have answered, Ross.
Fantastic.
It just within like 10 to 20 minutes. I think you do a very great job, Ross.
Thank you.
Yes. So Ross, I think right now we can move to our last sections of today.
The quiz. That's right. Yes, that's right.
I'm kind of excited actually.
Me too,
guys.
me too.
Guys. Right now, Ross, I think better you just announce it.
Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a game called Kahoot Quiz, right? It's Crypto 101 Quiz. I need your help, Bunyao, to just share my screen. I can share my screen again.
Yes.
So everybody, please take out your phones and follow my instructions very carefully. This is what all of you are going to do. Those of you who are inside, I think there are still some people watching as well. That's great. Everybody take out your phone, go to your web browser and type kahoot.it. Kahoot.it. Okay, you can see it listed here. Kahoot.it. Everybody go and type that out.
In the meanwhile, I think my colleague also will share it on the comment side.
That's right. Okay. Now, please put your full name. Everybody, those of you who entered the room, put your full name so we can identify the winner, right? So the name here is kahoot.it and the PIN number is 5639874. Please put your full name as long as possible so that we can identify the winner. Right? We want to identify the winners. And I'm going to wait just 1 to 2 minutes. I'm just going to wait 2 minutes for everybody to join. So I repeat again for everybody who's listening. Please go to kahoot.it, type in the PIN code 5639874, right? And then when it asks you for your name, please put your full name. Someone put a number. Okay. The person who put a number, where is the person? Okay. If you put a number, please remove yourself from the game and rejoin, okay? If you can put your full name possible, put your full name, because then we want to identify the winners. Wow, I got 40 people already. Wow, a lot of people want to play.
Like a lot of people is very excited.
Very good. I'm so excited to see more people because then it's worth my time, it's worth your time. All right, come and join.
Let the number roll, baby. Go up.
That's right.
More.
I see a lot of people. I see people. My friends are also here. Enli is here. Wow, fantastic.
But I cannot.
You also want to play? Can. If you want to play, no problem.
It's like, I'm the host. Yeah,
The
yeah,
host. Wow, we got 56 people. Come on, everybody. Join. Okay.
Join.
I tell you what,
Ask your friends to
I'm
join.
going
Yeah.
to wait another 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm going
Yes,
to give you
please,
guys 1 minute more.
Yeah.
Everybody join. I repeat the instructions again. Go to
Yeah. Kahoot.
kahoot.it,
IT.
type in the number, and
Mm.
please make sure you put your full name. Hey, who is this super
Mm.
ferret 58? Hello. Put your name, put your full name
Yes.
according to
Or
your
else,
IC.
how can I identify you are the winner? Even though you
Exactly.
win,
So
I also cannot give you the name. Yep.
absolutely correct. So those of you who are joining the game, if we cannot identify you, we
Mm.
cannot give you the prize, okay? You must make sure
Mm.
you have the name there. Okay,
Yep.
30 seconds more before we begin. 30 seconds more.
Yep.
Once we start, everybody, the questions will appear on your screen and then you will need to answer. Okay, so make sure you look at
Interesting.
your phone screen.
77 is already in the number 78. Right?
70.
Two more.
Wow, look
Two
at
more.
this. We're
79.
reaching 80. I'm going to
Yes.
wait another 20 seconds,
20
guys.
seconds.
20 seconds.
Cool.
Can we reach 100 or not? I think
I think
maybe can, you know.
I think we have
Maybe.
the G chance. Guys, you
Come
just need
on,
to
come
go
on.
to the kahoot.com, KAHOOT.IT. Okay?
IT,
And then key in the number 5639874. Super fast. Okay, super simple. So guys, please. Okay. Now it's
Okay,
87.
I think we're going to start. I think we're going to start 88. Nice number. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
I
let's
like this
start
number.
in 3, 2, 1.
One.
Let's go.
Let's go. Interesting. Yeah. So crypto 101. Okay.
All right.
3, 2,
Okay.
1, go. Guys, everyone look at your phone. What's
That's
the trading?
right.
Yeah, object to the another.
All
object.
right. What is the system of trading one object for another object? Is it currency, barter trade, finance, or trading? Right? Which one of these answers is correct? Answer on your phone right now, and you'll be able to get it correct. Okay, make sure you get it correct. Okay, if you were listening to my presentation carefully, you will know what the answer is. Okay, the answer is barter trade. Okay, barter trade. Fantastic. 58 people got it right. Well done. Let's see who is in the lead. Muaz Zamri, followed closely by John Lee, Kisha, Lai K. Jun, and Duncan. All right, let's see the next question. Question number 2. True or false? Regulated digital asset platforms like Luno do not provide financial advice. Is this statement true or is this statement false? What do you guys think? Remember earlier when I always start, I always give disclaimer, I always say something at the beginning of my presentation. I said, we do not provide financial advice. So I give you a little hint. The answer is true. But let's see who answered faster. Wow, 69 people answered true. You are correct. In the lead now, we have John Lee taking the lead. All right, next question. Question number 3. Multiple select, so you can choose more than one answer. Bitcoin is ... What is Bitcoin? Is it centralized, digital, currency, or decentralized? Choose all the answers which are correct. So you can choose more than one answer. If your answer is correct, we will see who is the fastest to get it right. So when you play Kahoot quizzes, if you are faster, you get bonus marks. So make sure you answer quickly.
Fast.
Jang.
Fast.
Okay. All right. The answers are digital, decentralized, and currency. The 3 things that I said are very important to remember about Bitcoin. Enli Lu is in the lead, followed by Stephen Poon So Wei Chen. Okay, let's go. Question number 4. Multiple select. Choose more than one answer. In a decentralized network, everyone should have the same address, same computer, same copy of the data, or same record of transactions. Remember when I talk about decentralization, what was the game I used? The movie, the game? Chess, right? What do the chess players do? They're all writing something down because they must all have the same record of transactions or the same copy of the data. Both of these mean the same thing, right? So in a decentralized network, everybody has the same copy. All right, let's see. Now we have Tan Lee Swan in the lead, right? So this game is very exciting. Who's in the lead later? Once a Bitcoin transaction is confirmed, it cannot be edited. Is this true or is it false? Once a transaction is confirmed, can you edit it? Remember, I repeated many times. I use a special word. Immutable. What does immutable mean? It means that once you have recorded it, you cannot reverse the transaction. You cannot edit the transaction. So the statement is true. Wow, everybody got it right. Fantastic. This is very good.
Really
whenever teachers see this, we know students are listening. Good. Wow, Tan Lee Swan is in the lead, followed by So Wei Chen and Enli Lu. Come on, who's going to be the winner? 4 more questions. Multiple select, so choose more than one answer. The blockchain is a type of crypto, the technology that supports crypto, a digital record, or a ledger with all the transactions. Tough question. Which one is the correct answer? You can choose more than one answer. Okay, guys? More than one answer. I'll give you a hint. 1 is wrong, 3 are correct. But which 3? Remember I said example just now? Okay, so some people chose type of crypto. I repeat again. The blockchain is not crypto. Blockchain is the technology. Crypto is built on top of the blockchain. So the technology is correct. A ledger with all transaction record is correct. A digital record is also acceptable answer. Well done. Oh, Enli Lu has stolen the place in the lead from Tan Lee Swan. Come on. Come on, Lee Swan. Are you going to get it back from him or not? Let's go. True or false? Bitcoin's value depends on gold. Is this true or is it false? Remember, guys, earlier I talked about Bitcoin has a low correlation or relationship with other asset classes. So when other assets fluctuate, Bitcoin fluctuates a little bit, yes, but not as much. So does the value depend on gold? No, it does not depend on gold, right? Bitcoin is an independent new asset class on its own. Well done. Let's see who's in the lead now. Enli Lu. All right, next one.
Go.
Quiz question, multiple select, choose more than one answer.
Okay,
Which organizations regulate crypto in Malaysia? Please read carefully before you answer. Is it the Security Commission, Securities Commission, Bank Negara Malaysia, or the Anti-Money Laundering Committee? Remember in my presentation, I mentioned two organizations which oversee and regulate cryptocurrency in Malaysia. Which two? The answer is, jeng. It is called the Securities Commission, TIES, and Bank Negara Malaysia. There is no Anti-Money Laundering Committee. The Anti-Money Laundering that I talked about is the name of the guidelines that we refer to. And Security Commission was a trick answer. Okay, there's no Security Commission. All right. Oh, Tan Lee Swan has stolen the first place again, but can they keep it? Jeng. Two more questions. Question number 9, multiple select. How can you increase your cyber security? How can you make yourself more safe? Using a unique password, never share your login details, using the 2-factor authentication, or browsing gambling website. Which one of these should you be doing to increase your cyber security? Okay, you can choose more than one answer. All right, I think this one quite easy, right? All of you have to practice good cybersecurity awareness. Very good. So all of you, majority all got it correct. Fantastic. Last question. Let's see who's the final winner. Are you ready to upgrade your finance? Yes. OMG. Yes. All right, so this is a bonus question, guys. Just answer whatever you want. Bonus question. I give you free marks. Okay. Jawapan yang percuma. And let's see. All the answers are correct. Okay, Bunya, I'm very excited to see who's the winner, right? The first and second place was so close to competition. And the winners, okay. In third place, Jeng, Lai K Jun. Wow. In second place, Enli Lu. And in first place, Jeng. Tan Lee Swan. Congratulations. Let's give them all a big round of applause. And fourth place and fifth place, well done as well. Okay, I've taken a screenshot. So to all the 3 winners, can you please go to Speedhome's Facebook page and drop a comment? Send a message to the admin of the Speedhome Facebook page. All 3 of you are Enli, Tan Lee Swan, and Lai K Jun, so that we can contact you and give you your 50 ringgit free Bitcoin. Okay, but Bunyao, guess what?
Yes.
Not just for them, Bunyao. We actually have at Luno, we are giving 25 ringgit free Bitcoin voucher for any purchase of a minimum 100 ringgit worth of Bitcoin to anyone who uses this code and is a new user to Luno. So we at Luno, we want to encourage more people to come into the cryptocurrency space, and we want to give you 25 ringgit free Bitcoin to do so. So everybody who's watching, you can actually take a screenshot.
Take a snapshot.
Take a snapshot of this right here. These instructions are all here. And this code, Luno Speedhome, right? Okay, because we are partnering with Speedhome, we're very thankful. So we put the name in the promo code as well. Very good for them, very good for us as well. What you need to do, guys, if you're a new user, this is for new users, you go and download the Luno app from your Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Verify your identity using your IC or your passport if you're international. Key in the promo code Luno Speedhome. There will be a section in your wallet called rewards and enter a code. Then you buy 100 ringgit of any crypto. We have 5 listed. You can buy 100 ringgit of any, and you will get 25 ringgit free Bitcoin
Very
on the house.
generous. Oh
Very
my God.
generous of us. Thank you.
Very
And this
generous.
promo code will expire on the 31st of January this year. So
Oh,
make sure you
okay.
redeem the code, and it's limited edition, right? So
I see.
you have to be the first come, first serve, right? If
Okay.
you're watching and you're new, please make sure you redeem this code.
I'm
All
registering
right.
right now. I'm registering right now.
Oh, registering right now. Okay, fantastic. I also had a feedback form for anybody who is listening. Please give me some feedback so I can continue to improve on my sessions and help you to understand cryptocurrency more. I tell you,
Yep.
Bunya, Luno is so excited. We've got so many plans for education in crypto in Malaysia. We're going to be launching this year. And
I
so,
can feel your energy really.
you
Like
can feel my energy.
if you are the lecturer, you are the person that the speakers that were sharing on this. Definitely, I will miss the class, Ross. To be
Oh,
honest.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. And we really want to help educate more people. And that's why we are so grateful to Speedhome for organizing this, because I think this is a very important topic. Everybody wants to know more. And so please, if Speedhome organizes more, Luno is more than happy to come and
Thank
give
you so
more
much,
talks
Ross.
and help to educate more people. So thank you so
No
much,
problem.
everybody. We want to say a very big thank you from Luno, and we really appreciate everything that has happened today. Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm really like appreciates for today the time that Ross has allocated and the content that you prepare. Although I believe that you are talking like so many of time, but I can still feel your passions, the hype, the energy, the positive energy that you share. So thank you for Ross for like to be our speakers for tonight. And also Ross, do you have a like like an end up sentence that you just want to share to our users? Then I will end this show.
My final sentence would be this. I think crypto is something that's exciting, it's something that's new, but it can also be scary. And so when I started, I didn't understand, and that's why I missed out on the opportunity. My advice to all of you is do your own research. Make
Yep.
an effort to understand what is Bitcoin. And then when you're ready to make the first step, Luno is here to help.
I see. No problem. So right now, guys, I just want to share with you guys. Like, actually, I heard Luno is that about like 5 years ago, and this is a platform, the first licensed cryptocurrency trading platform in Malaysia, and they also have license. And this is not easy to get, believe me or not. That time, right, when I still in the financials, I'm still in the financial reporters. At that time, when I heard the white papers, like the security commissions that they ask those who want to apply the license, the criteria inside that document is a lot. So again, so if you want to just like have a safe and also a trustable platform to trade the crypto, you want to start your crypto journey, I think Luno will be your first choice. And don't forget, if you already have a house and you're still looking for a tenant, or you're the tenants, you're looking for a house to rent, Speedhome also your first choice. This is something
Absolutely.
that I want to say. So thank you so much, Ross. Thank you for your time, and
Thank you,
really like also
Speedhome.
the amazing content and the generous gift. Yeah, thank you so much. So later I will put the promo code also in our comment sections, so everyone can see in our YouTube and also our Facebook. Yeah, thank you so much, Ross. And
Thank you. Have
good
a
night.
great evening. Good
Yeah, you
night. Bye
too. Bye bye.
bye.